You can customize the forms that you send to your customers in QuickBooks, such as invoices and estimates. To customize a form, you first need to enter that module. For example, to customize an invoice, click Create Invoices. On the top title bar, it usually defaults to the Main tab, but we're going to change to the Formatting tab instead. This is going to bring up a new menu of options. From here, select Manage Templates. This brings up all the templates for the invoice module. Remember how I showed you that you can change it to a certain template, such as professional invoice or packing slip. This is also where we can go and create a new one and modify existing ones. I'm going to create a new one because I want to create a template for 2 Trees Olive Oil, and in that one, I can put our logo on it. I'll start with a product invoice as a base, and I'll click Copy down at the bottom. At the top, I can see my copy. Here's where we can come on the right-hand side and change the name. I'll call this one 2 Trees Olive Oil Invoice. I'll click OK. And now I'm brought to a screen where I can start to edit that template. This is the basic customization box. The first thing that we can do is add our logo. I'll click Use Logo, and it brings up a dialog box. Now I can browse my computer and find the logo. I'll go into the Exercise Files folder. Down at the bottom, here's our logo. I'll select it, click Open, and I'll click OK on the warning that it's going to copy to a special folder in QuickBooks. Immediately, on the right-hand side, I can see our pretty logo in here. I can also apply a color scheme if I wanted to. I can change the font for my company name and address, and I can also add company information if there's things that aren't currently on the invoice, or if I look on my invoice and it's just wrong. I can also click Update Information, so it will change on the fly here. I can also add things that aren't here. For example, I'll click Website Address. I'll be told that I can use the Layout Designer to reposition any overlapping fields. I'll click OK. And down here in the bottom, I can see my new text box containing my website address. It is certainly an overlapping field, and it doesn't look very nice right now, so I'll click Layout Designer in the bottom of the screen to reposition it. Here is where we can start customizing where these objects are located on the invoice itself. I can click on any item, resize it, move, and reposition them. I can drag them anywhere I want to. Here's our logo. I'm going to take it and drag it to the right-hand side of the screen. If I scroll down to the bottom of the invoice, I can see my website here. I can click on each item and drag it somewhere new. If I decide I don't want any of these items at all, I can right-click inside the block and choose Remove. I'm going to scroll up one more time. I want to show you that you can add fields also. I can select Add from the top list, or I can click the black triangle next to it and choose what I want. I can choose a text box, a data field, or an image. I'll choose Data Field. From here, I can choose any particular field that's not already there on the invoice. This is my custom invoice. I can scroll down, view all the fields, and add what I want. For example, maybe I want to put the due date on the invoice. I'll select Due Date and click OK. It's been added, and now I can drag it and drop it anywhere I want. In fact, I can even use the keyboard to nudge it into place on the grid. Let's click OK to see how this looks. Here's my logo, which I moved to the right-hand side, and here's my due date. I'll click OK one more time. And we're brought back to our invoice. You'll notice in the template field, now I have my 2 Trees Olive Oil invoice selected. At any time, I can click the down arrow and override it and choose any other template. But let's see what this one looks like in action. I'll add some items to the invoice. Now, if I select the Main tab again, I'll select Print and Print Preview. I'll click OK on the Shipping Labels dialog, and here's my invoice. I can click on the magnifying glass icon so we can zoom in a little bit better and see it more clearly. I can see our nice logo that we added, and I can also see the due date field. Now I can close out of my invoice without saving it. Now you can go through all of your forms to match the look and feel of your company and really give it that personal and professional touch.